And we are live. Want to welcome everybody. Thank everybody for coming in. I am joined today, as always, by Mr. Ricky Weaver, and we got another member of our team tonight, Mr. Derek Jasper Walls. Fellas, how y'all doing tonight?
Doing great, man.
I'm good.
Good deal. Yeah, we wanted to come on. This is a little different for us. We typically don't do this. We've been trying to do just one show a week. But Walls and I got out this past Sunday to one of our research areas up on the mountain near me here in Tennessee, and found some pretty interesting stuff. I'll give the backstory to it. It was about six months ago or so. I had someone tell me about this stretch of land up on the mountain. It's 11 acres, and it has a house sitting on it. The house is abandoned. Um, hasn't been lived in since 1999, so 20 years. The house and the property has been vacant. No one has been on it, and you can tell. I mean, when you drive by, the house sits about 50 yards off the road, but you can't tell that there's a house there unless you're looking for it. I mean, that's how grown up it is. And we'd heard stories about um, someone had claimed that a couple years ago they saw a bear walking out of the house. Now, that sounds fishy to me in itself because what do these things mostly get mistaken for? You got the old timers that won't admit these things were real. Only thing they'll tell you is they saw a bear. Well, we know that it's probably not a bear, and I know that it probably wasn't a bear walking out of this house on two legs. Anyway, we went up there and found a really good, a big tree that had been pushed over. I didn't download those pictures. I'll try to do that in a minute. Maybe we can show you. And had pushed that over. So I decided to do a little experiment. And a couple of days later, I went up by myself and I had just an eerie feeling. And I videoed the whole thing. I'll probably share that at some point too. I went up there and what I did was I took a jar of peanut butter, tied a rope to it, slung it over a limb, and I hung it about 10, maybe 10 and a half, 11 foot up in the air. And I left it there. Left it all this time. I went back one time to check on it like a week later and it was still hanging in the same spot. I didn't go up to it because, like I said, every time I've gone there, I've had just this feeling that I can't really explain, kind of like I was being watched. Anyway, me and Walls decided we was going to get out this past weekend, and go do something. So I thought that'd be a good area to go up there and finally check on my peanut butter. Well, we got up there. First thing we noticed was the jar of peanut butter is gone. The rope is still hanging from the tree, and I have all that on the video that I'm going to upload probably after the show. But what was weird about the rope is I used pink rope. I wanted it to stand out, and it does. And the rope is spotless. It's squeaky clean, almost the whole length of it until you get to where the peanut butter was tied, and then it's almost jet black. And it almost looked burnt, but it hadn't been burnt in any way. You can feel it and tell that it wasn't burnt. It's dirt because we could actually rub some of it off. We're obviously just speculating, but it looks like something with dirty hands grabbed that peanut butter and broke the rope and just helped himself to some peanut butter. I mean, there's no way of proving that, obviously, but that's what it looks like. The We looked around, could not find the peanut butter anywhere. The jar is gone. I don't know what got up there 10 foot in the air and helped itself to some peanut butter. I just don't know. But so that was weird. But
Okay, how far out, Wayne, did you have the peanut butter hanging from the tree itself, the distance out on the limb?
about 5 foot. Yeah, it's about
Okay,
5 foot from the tree.
so basically, it would have been hard for a black bear to have climbed it and been able to hold on to a tree and reach out and get the peanut butter.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been possible.
Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been possible.
He probably would have broke the tree because it wasn't that.
Yeah, the tree wasn't that big either. He would
Yeah.
have broken the tree, and it was so big that I don't think that he could have bent it down. I don't see. I've racked my brain, and I don't see any way of getting that peanut butter down short of reaching up and grabbing it. But maybe somebody else has experienced something like that and can tell us. I don't know.
Which it was
Right.
wrapped around a limb.
Yeah, it was wrapped around a limb. But while we were in that area looking around, Walls here started noticing something. And we do have some pictures of that we're going to share. I'll let Walls tell you what he saw.
Well, as he was studying the rope, trying to figure out, I mean, he was pretty much dazed and trying to figure out what was going on with it. I was just looking around because you can tell there's instinctive deer tracks, and I was following the deer tracks. Well, then as I was looking at one of the trees, we actually had found a tree structure, or we think it's a tree structure the way it's facing and looking. I mean, as you look there, you can see the trees are right. I mean, looks like an X basically. To me, it looks like an X. Right, probably, I would say maybe a foot, maybe 5 feet away from there. I'm standing, I look straight down, and right between both of my feet, I see a distinctive print. It looks like a print. So I get down on my knees. I'm looking down there. I pull the leaves. I clean it out very carefully. And I put my hand down there and actually feel like indentions of toes, as you see on top there. And I was like, okay, wait a minute. Maybe maybe my mind's playing games. So I put my foot, which I know it ain't in the picture. In the video, it does show me showing my hands. I put my foot next to it, and I'm like, okay, I'm not making an imprint like this. And I wear about 11.5 foot shoe, and this thing is about 12 to 13 as a small foot. But I pretty much went crazy on it because I was like, wait a minute, I got to find another one. Looking around, there was another one close to it. I don't know if we got it. I think we got it on the video. This one was the closest one where it had all the toes on it. So I was like, wow, okay. My nose stayed to the ground. And then as we was trying to go to this, was actually trying to find a spot on it. You have a picture of the satellite? What we was trying to go find?
Not on here.
There's a thing he saw on satellite, what we was actually going to go find. As he was walking in front of me, because I was trying to debunk it, kind of like, maybe it's one of us, maybe we can make an imprint. Well, we didn't make nothing like this. This is a straight up barefoot, not a bear, but a barefoot person, animal. I'm going to say it, to me, I'm going to say it's a Bigfoot because I don't see nobody walking around out there barefoot in the cold.
Derek, how deep was the?
I would say the way I got my hand in it, it was probably, you can see my finger here. I'd say it was probably about the tip of my finger. It was pretty. It had to be a pretty heavy person.
Right. So in that soil, that type soil and it dry, you're going to be looking at least what 350, 400 pound creature.
Yeah, something like that. Because I know I'm about 275, 280, and I know I found it here. He's just as fluffy as I am. And when I stayed to the ground, I was watching his footprints as he walked in front of me as we was kind of go up, and he wasn't even making a print, even with his shoes. And I was watching him, and then the ground would actually absorb it and actually come back up, and you wouldn't even see where he walked. So, right. And then these footprints actually, or the print we found, it actually stopped further up, and it just stopped right there. Which we did discover some other things, which we think it might have been going around what we found as, I guess we can say, a trail cam. We found possibly a trail cam. We found,
we don't want to talk about
but it was basically whatever it was at. It was near the peanut butter. Everything is connected. I'm pretty convinced that there's something there that came and got that peanut butter, and I believe it was we have a Sasquatch, maybe a juvenile or a mama or a father one of the two.
Okay, you said you found another track there. Could you tell by those two tracks what type of stride this thing might have had?
No, because the one that was small, it seemed like it was bouncing, more like maybe it got picked up. The bigger spot we found, which I believe you got in the video. I believe it's in the video. Mm-hmm. It's actually a lot bigger, and it actually, you can see where it's been kicked up, pushed into the dirt. It just stayed towards them trees, and I couldn't find another. It's like it just disappears. But I could, I was finding and searching the trails for the deers. I mean, I could see them pretty well, but it's like it's just disappearing. I don't know if it was getting in thicker grass that was hiding its feet and it knew it. But this area, that little area where it is at, it left a print. I mean,
right.
And that was pretty much the lowest and the softest. The rest of it was pretty much grown up, and that might have been the reason why I couldn't find any more. I just got lucky enough to find that one. Like I said, I was standing, looked down, and boom, there it was. And it was almost camouflaged really good with leaves and everything.
Right. Well, I know those tracks that I sent y'all pictures of that I found down at the lake. On those, the last time I was down there, I actually measured the stride between those prints, and it was like they was toward the end of where it came out of the field and went into the woods. This thing's stride was like 6.5 foot between its stride. And to me, there is no way a human, man or woman, whatever, could have made that type of stride.
Right. Well, I noticed you could actually see from those. I noticed something, the deer, and you could see something, but it wasn't very clear to it. I could actually see like something was going towards the house, and which I went to the house, looked looked around, and the back porch, you'd have to, if you're pretty heavy, you're gonna fall to the floor. I didn't get to go inside. But I know I want to go back. I mean, I'm the one, I guess, I'm kind of skeptic, but I also try to debunk everything and try to, rationalize and make sense of everything. But I can't really make sense of this, the prints that we found, the tree structure, and the peanut butter. And then it's just mind-boggling in a way, because I'm like, are you kidding me? Then they have, there was another tree that we actually, it was right in front of the X tree structure, that was actually growing. If you think of a tree growing straight up and then barely curving, like it's going to curve and go straight out like an L shape. And this one it's a pretty thick tree, and we had some storms come through, but I don't think a storm did this one, and it kind of bent it backwards. I mean, it basically took the L and bent it all the way back the other way. And I don't know why I didn't get a picture of that, but I know it's in the film, and I was more shocked on the footprint. I mean, as soon as I got it, I was down in the dirt trying to find. and it was crazy. I looked like one of them, a big old bloodhound up there trying to find it. But yeah, it was something else.
Yeah, I'm trying to upload some of these pics of the tree that is actually what got me interested. Excuse me, in this property. So that's why I've been quiet here for a second. I should have been better here.
Did y'all happen to find any tree breaks, anything of that nature, stick structures, anything?
Well, we showed the one stick structure.
Yeah, we got that one. He's actually trying to find the one that got him up, that wanted to go back over that started the peanut butter thing. He showed me that tree. It was actually straight down too. And then
Okay, what I was talking about at the beginning today when we first started was what got me interested was seeing this very, very large tree broken. It's broken about a foot off the ground, and I have a picture of where it's broke and the break. There are no cut marks. There's no strap marks when anybody's pulled the tree over. I've sent this picture to several people, and all of them think that it's not natural. Most of them think that it's Bigfoot, it's Sasquatch related. And see if I can, yeah.
Yep.
See, there's the break right there. It's broken about a foot off the ground, and when we were up there, this was very, very fresh. Let's show you this picture. That show you the leaves that were on the tree. I mean, look how green those leaves still are. So whatever happened to this tree, it happened right before we were there. And during this time, it was in the summer, and we weren't in a drought, but we hadn't had rain in a while. But
so basically, there was no trees that had blowed over and hit that one.
no, look, that's the tree right there. That's how big the tree is.
Wow.
And you see that there's no other trees in the area that's knocked it over.
You can see the house right there, I think.
That's impressive, guys.
Oh, I'm telling you what, I got. I think Wayne got tickled at me being on the ground, hands and knees. I was like, I'm trying to find something here, man. But yeah, it was awesome. It was a very good. I want to go back pretty soon. I want to find more tracks.
Right.
Tell about our recording. We can't play them, but
no, I hadn't figured out how to play our recordings on here yet. I'm gonna look into that.
Okay.
Rick, did you want to talk about our new venture or what we're considering? You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Okay, folks. What it is, we are going to launch a new program with our to go along with our YouTube channel. Basically, it's going to be a deal where we're going to start offering expeditions to the public. We're going to try to, and I hope Wayne agrees with this, maybe start out with like a maximum of 6 people, take them out, do Sasquatch investigations, just to learn people about tree breaks, stick structures, teepees, nests, things of this nature that the signs that Sasquatch leaves behind, footprints, anything of that nature that we can find. Basically, an educational tour to the public is what we're going to do. Wayne, if you want to discuss a little of that.
Yeah, well, what we're going to do is we're not just going to go out there blind. You know, we're going to take groups into some of our research areas, places that we've been, places that we know have activity, and that we know that there are structures, tree breaks and stuff like that, and take them and actually show them so they can get, firsthand impression of what these things look like, and also all the areas where we've had some interactions with them, where we have communicated with tree knocks and whoops and stuff like that, and maybe get out there and get them, to experience that, because that's a unique feeling. It's something that if you're into Bigfoot, you need to get out there and experience hearing one of these things. So we're going to take guys into areas that we are confident that something like that's going to happen, and it's not going to be just an overnight thing. We're looking at maybe a 3-night to start out, 3 nights, 4 days, and we're going to include the meals. And if you don't have camping equipment, tents, sleeping bags, we have all that stuff that we can include. With that. And then if you do have that equipment, then the price will be a little bit cheaper. We can cut some slack like that. But a lot of these big groups are doing it. There's companies out there all over the country that are doing this and been doing it for a while, and they have success with it. And we're gonna do it and try to be more than competitive in the price. And this is mainly just to get some funding going for our research. So that's what we're looking to do. Would appreciate any kind of feedback that you guys could leave comments, and I'm going to start sharing our email addresses. Shoot us an email and let us know what you think about that and what you think a fair price might be. Just your thoughts. We would appreciate it, guys.
Okay, another thing I'd like to say, as far as education is concerned, doing this, or the educational aspects of footprints, for instance, teaching people, taking people out and letting them participate while we do cast, show them the proper materials to use to do the cast with. A lot of people, think they can just go out there and take a little plaster of Paris and pour in a footprint and come up with a cast. Well, I'm here to tell you, 99.9% of the time that does not work. If you catch the conditions right, the ground, is where it's not saturated, where the ground is dry enough to use plaster of Paris, then yes, you can use it in a favorable manner. But there's a lot of new materials that's on the market today, and in our next broadcast, I will discuss some of those. And I think we're going to start doing this like maybe one time a month. Just have a show where we discuss the evidence that we have actually found on our investigations, share pictures, videos, whatever with the public. But yeah, to me, it's all about education. It's about showing the people that there is something out there, that it is real, and that there is evidence to gather. And this will be giving them an opportunity to get out there and share in what we're doing, and also learn them the proper techniques of gathering this evidence.
Yeah.
Probably if there's anybody who wants, when they do come out, I know there'll be some people that'll be nervous and everything, but everything's going to be safe. And if you were wanting to do it by yourself, always be safe and be cautious out there. It ain't just we got even when we go out, we're protected. You got to watch out for your natural surroundings. There's other than Bigfoot sitting out there. There's things that can really get you. You got to be careful. Which I know that big giant tent I got is pretty much can fit 12 people.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, if y'all down with it, I'm all up for it too. I mean, I think it'd be kind of cool.
And going back to that, that's like you were talking before we went on the broadcast. The deal with Pigeon Mountain. Y'all actually got footsteps on audio where something actually came up in your camp. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, Explain a little of that, Derek.
Well, it actually, Wayne actually started listening to the audio probably a couple days ago, and it's been over a month now since we've been up there, and all through the night we actually all through the night we actually didn't have anything going on. They actually was doing a hunt up there. They have station time hunts up there, and we stayed in our little area. We did go check out the area when we got set up, which we did have. We had to wait till a rescue. They actually had a rescue happen up there. But once after that, it was still quiet. We didn't figure nothing was going to happen, so we basically was laying down, and he caught the noise that woke him up, and which I never seen a man white as a ghost. Was when he woke up. Heard something actually grabs. It sounds like it's grabbing something out of one of our bags on the table that was sitting out right outside of our tent door.
Yeah, I had the digital voice recorder on the table that we had some of our stuff, our food and stuff set up on, and I had it hidden under some chips or something. I don't remember what it was, but it was concealed, and that's what he's describing.
Yeah, and then I remember him waking me up and didn't hear nothing, and then we dozed back off, and I remember distinctly hearing something big around behind. I felt the vibrations because I was laying. He was on an air mattress. I was laying actually on the ground. I could feel the vibrations, and something took off running. But on the recorder, he couldn't hear the footprints at all until he put the headphones on, and I got to listen to it, and you can actually hear something walking up to this table, grabbing and taking off, and you can actually hear two distinctive bipedal something there bipedal, and it actually has got me freaked out, but knowing something like that came in late. And then we actually had one of our other part I think what is his name, what's his name again?
Not sure.
I can't remember his name. But we showed our pictures of the camp, and actually he told us that we were in ground zero where we was at. And I was like, okay. And then we found this out. I'm ready to go again. It was, but yeah, you can hear the footprints, and you got to hear it, Rick. I mean, we got to bring the headphones. You got to hear them. It is freaking amazing.
Hey man, I can't wait.
I'm tickled to death. My hair is standing on just even getting ready to go back. I'm like, what if this thing comes out and tears the tent up? But man, it was awesome.
This is a bad part of being new. We're a new group, and we're figuring all this stuff out as we go. Obviously, we're going to make mistakes, and there are things that we need to learn. And uploading all of this evidence that we're gathering and being able to share it is something that we're working on, and something we want to get better at. So that's why I haven't shared the audio or anything like that so far or thus far. But I can't wait to, guys. It's impressive. I don't know if my recorder ran out of space or something, but my recorder records in 2-hour increments. So it'll record for 2 hours, and then it'll start a new section, a new 2-hour section. But all my recorder did that night was the first 2 hours. I don't know why that is. People say these things have a way of messing with electronics. I don't know. I had battery the next morning. I should have had plenty of space left, but I don't know. All I have is the first 2 hours when we lay down, and that's when this happened, and it's pretty impressive. Guys, this, like most of us, anybody that's going to watch this is a passion of ours. We've decided to take it a couple of steps further than most people, and get out here and try to try to do something with it. And we need y'all's help. Obviously, anybody, any group, any business, anything starting out has to have help, have to have supporters, and we have had a few supporters, but we're asking for more. So, guys, please spread the word if you like what you're seeing. Hit that subscribe button. Tell people to subscribe and email us. We share encounters. We try to do that with each of our live broadcasts on Wednesday nights. We're gonna be sharing a live encounter from someone, either a researcher or just the general public, somebody that ran across one, because that's the best way to study behavior.
I think you got me coming up.
Yeah, Walls here is gonna tell his experience with one, and it's a good one. I'll go ahead and tell you. But guys, we can't do any of this without your help. We need y'all to send us an email, send us your encounter, get us in touch with people that you know have had encounters. If you had anything going on in your property, let us know. Or if you're interested in joining our group, we wouldn't be opposed to taking on a few more team members, somebody that can add to the team. Get in touch with us. Yeah, we're working on our website right now. That should be up and going before long. So, yeah, all that being said, none of this can happen without the support of you guys.
Yep.
Right, and that's the whole thing is gathering evidence, sharing the evidence. On our last broadcast, which was last night, we talked to a couple of guys. I think they were in Tennessee, and the one guy brought up a real good point. This is not something that we should be selfish about. Anything in the research field, my opinion is that we do need to share information. So if anyone out there has any information that of where these things are located, even if it's just strange happenings that you happen to have going on around your house, if you have pets, that are missing, anything of that nature, get a hold of us and let us know. And we'll be glad to, set up a date where we can come out and check it out for you. And it may turn out to be nothing. I went up a few weeks ago to a place on Fort Mountain. A lady had been having some problems up there. I sent Wayne the copy of my report on that. It turned out that they have a lot of bear up there in the area, a lot of bear sign. I found tremendous bear sign while I was there. And but I done probably I don't know, probably I spent 4 hours, 5 hours up there walking the areas out. I didn't actually find any sign of Bigfoot. And the reason the lady had contacted me was they had something coming in a gate on the lower end of their yard on chain link fence. This thing, whatever it was, had actually been opening the gate, coming in, and getting their dog. And when you have things like that going on, all kind of things run through your mind. I know it would mine. But like I said, I went up there, I checked the area out, and I didn't find any sign of Sasquatch. I did find, like I told her, and reported back to her. And that's something that once we do an investigation, we will get with the landowners or whoever owns the property. And we will give them a full report. Tell them, let them know exactly what they have going on to the best of our knowledge. And, I just wanted to share that with y'all.
Yeah, and don't be scared we'll hear you straight out. We ain't gonna make fun of you, nothing. I know a lot of people get scared and don't want to tell it because I've been that way. We had getting wood when it kind of spooked Wayne a little bit because I came out and asked the guy, I said, hey, you have any situations? And I get that eerie feeling like they're gonna look at me like I'm stupid, but just come out and tell us. We'll just hear you straight out with it and we'll believe you. we'll figure it out.
If you don't want anyone to know your name, we will practice complete anonymity. We can respect that. That's something that we will definitely do if that's something that you guys wish.
Yeah, and we can probably even hide the location. We don't have to tell them the location. We just do a report on it.
Yeah, there's ways around it, guys. So don't let that stop you. All right, fellas, y'all got anything else?
Oh, guys, before you get off here, the program, the Reddit program that I go on and do a lot of posts on here lately. I went on today, and we actually had 6 different people that had uh, left me emails on Reddit, congratulating us on our show that we did with Carrie a few weeks ago, and every one of them is told us that we basically had done a good job, and are wanting to see us come back and share more information with Kerry and his group. So
I talking about Bigfoot Odyssey.
Hi.
Talking about Bigfoot Odyssey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good deal. That's news to me. You didn't even tell me that yet, Rick. I appreciate that.
Well, I didn't find it out until today. I went in and checked it today. I go on about every 2 or 3 days and check it, to see if I have any emails, any reports, whatever. And I had those emails, and I'll actually once I figure out how to copy the email and I'll read it and send to you, I'll send those to you so you'll have those to your files. But it's been a slow beginning for us, but things are picking up, and we're hoping, with y'all's help, with the public's help, this thing will get better for all of us. And like I say, I want to reiterate that this is a learning process for all of us. There's no one out there that can say they are an expert in the field of Bigfoot research. I don't claim to be an expert. I've been doing this quite a while. I enjoy doing it. It's something that gets me outdoors and gets me involved in nature, and I love doing it, and I'll always will. And I'm thankful that I've met these guys, and I'm able to get out here and share what little knowledge I do have with them and with everyone else. And that's basically, the reason we've been talking about doing this as far as starting the expeditions. It's to share our knowledge that we have with the general public, and then let them make their own decisions.
I'm glad you hit on that a little bit, Rick, because that's something I've been wanting to hit on. Because a lot of these researchers are just taking themselves way too serious. Like you said, there is no such thing as a Bigfoot expert. I don't know of anybody that graduated from the University of Sasquatch. Anybody got a PhD in Bigfootism? Not that I know of. Researcher is a title that we choose to give ourselves. That's it. None of us went to school for this. So that's all there is to it. Anybody can get out there and do this. It is like-minded people sharing a passion. I just wanted to get that out there.
Well, that's right. I've done a lot of studies in Bigfoot and cryptozoology, and it was actually formed in 1952. And actually, it's a study of undiscovered animals, and Bigfoot, being an undiscovered animal, animal, but still, the research, the science behind it, it's something that I take very seriously. I know y'all boys do, and I don't care to share the knowledge that I have with people. Anyone that's interested in this, that's interested in getting into the research field behind Sasquatch, all they got to do is contact us and let us know. We'll work with you any way we can.
Well said. Well said, Rick.
Yep.
All right, fellas. I guess if nobody's got anything else, we do have a show coming up Sunday because the gentleman and his wife that we're having on couldn't do it on a Wednesday, so we accommodated them and then got it and gonna do it on a Sunday. So we do have one coming up Sunday and then another one Wednesday, and I might even here in just a little bit share those. Go ahead and post those videos so people can see what we're talking about as far as the peanut butter. So I might do that. Guys, I appreciate it.
Yep.
Hey Wayne, before you sign off, bud, go ahead and sign us out. And folks, again, you know, this is a passion of ours. We love doing it. You know, and we do it not only because of the research for Sasquatch, you know, trying to prove that this creature is out there, that he's real. We do it because, you know, it's a passion of ours. We love doing this, but also it's a learning experience for us again. And I may be, you know, double talking myself here, but anything new that I can learn, I'll share. Feel free to ask, and I'll share what I know. But yeah, Wayne, before you completely sign out, I need to give you someone's phone number, okay?
All right, guys. I appreciate everybody stopping by and watching this little video. Hit that subscribe button, guys. Email us with your encounter. Y'all be safe. See you next time.
Peace, guys.